My Star with Golden Life starring Cheong-ja and Sun Hyun-sung has officially premiered. A girl wakes up one day to find she is turned into a middle-aged woman.
아줌마, 그냥 누워있어.
아줌마? 아, 이것들이 미쳤나?
In 1999, Bong Cheong-ja was the top star of South Korea, adored by countless fans. At that time, this phenomenon was called the Bong Cheong-ja craze. Any advertisement or product she endorsed would sell out immediately upon release, repeatedly achieving sellout miracles. The TV dramas she starred in constantly broke the highest viewership records, becoming a nationwide topic of discussion. The famous director Choi Young-hoon was also captivated by her charm and sincerely invited her to be the female lead in his next movie. Although deeply loved by her fans, Bong Cheong-ja also faced public opinion pressure. One day, a man came to the police station to report a crime, claiming that the popular female star Bong Cheong-ja had defrauded him of 150 million Korean won. Instantly, the police officers at the station felt as if the sky had fallen. They found it difficult to connect the goddess in their hearts with the word fraudster. Knowing that his claim lacked evidence, the man presented the guarantee contract he had signed with Bong Cheong-ja at the time. After checking, they discovered it was actually genuine. Everyone gathered to discuss a solution. The team leader initially planned to send one officer to investigate Bong Cheong-ja in person, but then reconsidered. Sending just one person would be unfair to the other officers who were also her fans. After all, each of them longed to see the goddess's peerless beauty in real life. Finally, everyone agreed that inviting Bong Cheong-ja to the police station was the most appropriate approach. But the question of who should summon Bong Cheong-ja became a new problem.
네, 지는 부정이 좀 있어.
쓰라시한테 거절당하면 내추럴 올 수도 있습니다.
네? 지는 그 신부전증이 있어가 우리.
In the end, this difficult task fell to Dako Cheol. Dako Cheol wasn't very interested in the so-called superstar Bong Cheong-ja. He only wanted to investigate the case and get to the truth as quickly as possible. When he first called Bong Cheong-ja's number, he only heard a message stating the number was out of service. Meanwhile, Bong Cheong-ja's young assistant encountered a scoundrel who played with her feelings. Bong Cheong-ja, unable to tolerate this, threw a glass of juice at the male actor on the spot and told her assistant, in the future, she must bring any boyfriend for her approval. At that moment, Bong Cheong-ja's phone rang abruptly. The caller was Dako Cheol. Dako Cheol explained the entire situation to Bong Cheong-ja over the phone. However, Bong Cheong-ja said her real name wasn't Bong Cheong-ja, and that contract must have been forged by her father using her name without permission. Her father had recently been detained at the police station for wrongdoing, and it was she who had pulled strings to get him bailed out. She never expected that just days later, her father would cause trouble again. Bong Cheong-ja claimed she had to film all night every day and really couldn't spare time to go to the police station for the investigation, hoping the police could handle the matter in writing. However, Dako Cheol was firm, insisting she must come to the police station. But Bong Cheong-ja ignored him, told them to contact her agency to handle it, and then hung up the phone directly. Afterwards, Bong Cheong-ja turned and immersed herself in her busy work. When she arrived at the filming set, she learned that this advertisement shoot had a dual female lead setup.
그렇게 띠껍게 볼 거 없어요. 더블이 아니라 트리플이니까. 뭔 소리야?
That wasn't the most infuriating part. The most infuriating part was that the other person was her arch-rival. Seeing Ko Hee-young's arrogant, rude, and detestable face, Bong Cheong-ja initially wanted to turn around and leave. But unexpectedly, Ko Hee-young chased after her, blocked her car, and told Bong Cheong-ja this was the first advertisement she had ever received in her life, and she hoped Bong Cheong-ja would stay.
CF 찍고 싶으면 네 힘으로 따. 나한테 어필 갈 생각 말고. 나 신인 땐 잘해줬잖아. 갑자기 왜 이래? 설마 나 좀 떴다고 견제하는 거야? 너 좀 떴다고 날뛰는 꼴이 우스워서 좀 밟아주는 거야.
Hearing this, Bong Cheong-ja couldn't vent her anger. Seeing that Bong Cheong-ja was about to leave, Ko Hee-young knelt down right in front of Bong Cheong-ja in front of everyone.
나 앞으로 주제 파악 잘할게. 야, 안 일어나? 일어나, 빨리. 나 한 번만 도와줘.
With many crew members gathered around, Bong Cheong-ja found herself in an extremely awkward situation and had no choice but to get out of the car helplessly. After the advertisement shoot, Ko Hee-young joyfully asked the male actor for his contact information. Unexpectedly, the male actor ignored her. Instead, he warmly took Bong Cheong-ja's hand and wrote his contact information on it. This scene made Ko Hee-young almost crazy with jealousy, and she could only vent her anger while hiding in her car.
니까지 게 뭔데 나는 너 지랄인데 계속 내 눈에서 제발 지워달라고.
After returning to the dressing room, Bong Cheong-ja wiped off the phone number from her hand. Seeing this, her young assistant was very puzzled. After all, this male actor was extremely popular, and keeping his contact might have been helpful in the future. But Bong Cheong-ja just responded with a faint remark.
나도 캡장이야.
At this time, Dako Cheol did not give up. With less than a week left before the deadline set by the team leader, he began calling Bong Cheong-ja incessantly every day.
못 간다고. 아니 안 간다고.
Once, when Dako Cheol called Bong Cheong-ja, she was in the middle of rehearsal. The sudden ringing of the phone distracted Bong Cheong-ja, causing her to get injured. Fortunately, it was just a minor scrape, nothing serious. Bong Cheong-ja was not some pampered young star. Facing such a minor injury, she didn't pay it much mind. However, the phone kept ringing non-stop, irritating Bong Cheong-ja. She finally answered the phone, ready to shout at the caller, but saw the caller ID showed it was her manager, Kang Do-won. Afterwards, Bong Cheong-ja and Kang Do-won went to a nightclub together. As soon as she entered, she clenched her fists, as if she knew what was about to happen. Kang Do-won waited anxiously outside. Suddenly, the sound of shattering glasses came from inside the private room. Bong Cheong-ja was pinned against the wall. Blood kept flowing from her hand.
배고프면 밥집에, 술 땡기면 술집에. 나 보고 싶으면 TV로.
Bong Cheong-ja pushed the other person away and turned to leave. After walking out, without a word, she slapped Kang Do-won. Kang Do-won looked full of grievance, saying he was just following orders.
그냥 한 번만 눈 감으면은
그런 친누나한테 이딴 짓 하라고 등 떠밀 수 있어?
한 번만 딱 한 번만요.
3번. 또 감게 되겠지.
Bong Cheong-ja stated firmly, she is an actress, she can pour drinks for anyone, but only in front of the camera.
영화 투자 어디서 하는지 진짜 몰라서 그래요 진짜. 누나 이대로 가면은 최 감독님 영화는 뭐고 그냥 다 끝이에요 끝.
After returning home, she hid in the bathroom and broke down crying. But then, that annoying pest Dako Cheol called again, at an inopportune time.
받았다. 잠시만요 임슬아 씨.
못 갔다고 했잖아. 내 말이 우스워? 얼굴 다 팔린 내가 거기 갔다 몸꼴을 당하라고 부르는 건데. 나한테 왜 그러는 거냐고 왜!
Dako Cheol was about to hang up when he heard Bong Cheong-ja's crying on the other end.
나도 사람이라고. 아저씨도 되게 우습죠.
This rather sad utterance of Mr. immediately left Dako Cheol bewildered.
아닌데.
Feeling she had no outlet for her grievances, Bong Cheong-ja let her guard down and opened up to Dako Cheol. She confided, I just met someone even more detestable than you, and because I didn't comply with him, everything got ruined.
아니, 내가 엎었어요. 잘난 게 뭐가 있다고. 내가 내 손으로 진수성찬을 엎었어요. 한심하죠.
아니, 묻고 달라는 진수성찬 어거지로 멧돼지에 첫 쑤셔넣은 뭡니까? 누가만 뭐라 해도 마음 편히 소화 잘 되는 백반이 최고지. 안 그렇습니까?
어디로 가면 돼요?
예? 어디로라 하면
조사요.
Hearing this, Dako Cheol excitedly stood up at once, never expecting that Bong Cheong-ja had actually agreed to come to the police station to cooperate with the investigation. When his colleagues learned this good news, they all celebrated for him. By the time Bong Cheong-ja arrived at the police station the next day, the place instantly erupted in commotion. Even the interrogation room had been decorated early to suit Bong Cheong-ja's tastes. It resembled a romantic date spot more than an interrogation room.
저 컵 제가 가져갑니다. 제가 설명하지 말아요.
Bong Cheong-ja told the police in detail about her father's past misdeeds. Previously, her father had stolen her seal to do business, not only running away with the money but also getting involved in illegal activities like gambling. The police asked if she knew where her father was. Bong Cheong-ja said, "If I knew, I wouldn't be here." She begged the police to find her father, lock him up, and preferably never let him out.
네. 네?
뭐라고?
깜빵이.
Then, Bong Cheong-ja turned and left. At this point, the police officers outside all turned into adoring fans, asking Bong Cheong-ja for her autograph one by one. Dako Cheol, standing to the side, was at a loss. He also wanted an autograph but was too embarrassed to ask. Only after Bong Cheong-ja left did he quietly follow from behind. At first glance, Bong Cheong-ja recognized Dako Cheol as the man who had chatted with her last night. Dako Cheol also immediately noticed the wound on Bong Cheong-ja's arm.
지금 이거 누가 이랬습니까? 아니 지금 온몸에 뭔 투성인데.
연습하다 다친 거예요. 새로 들어가는 영화가 액션 영화거든요.
아, 그 광고 찍어야 할 고운 얼굴에 뭔 놈 액션 영화를 몸을 이래 베리가면입니까 이 말입니다.
고마웠어요.
좀 따라오이소. 가시지.
어젯밤 무대에 아름다운 빛이 날 비췄어.
The two went to a pavilion, where Dako Cheol thoughtfully applied ointment to Bong Cheong-ja's injury. She asked Dako Cheol why he did this, and Dako Cheol said, "Because you are my suspect, that's why I acted this way."
됐어요.
예? 잠깐만 예.
어젯밤 무대에 아름다운 빛이 날 비췄어.
In the evening, Bong Cheong-ja attended the 20th Kim Sang Film Festival. At that moment, Ko Hee-young was shining on stage. But the moment Bong Cheong-ja appeared, she became the center of attention. As expected, Bong Cheong-ja won the Best Actress award at the ceremony, becoming the youngest winner in its history. During her acceptance speech, she specially thanked Mr. 0728, that is, Dako Cheol, who gave her great strength and courage when she was in difficulty. After the awards ceremony, Ko Hee-young returned to the dressing room filled with jealousy, unable to contain the anger in her heart. She began to vent furiously, wondering why no matter how hard she tried, she could never compare to Bong Cheong-ja. Driven by jealousy and anger, Ko Hee-young even blurted out a curse against Bong Cheong-ja. If only she could die in a car accident. Words have consequences, and this malicious curse seemed to be heard by fate, soon becoming a reality. At that time, on her way home, Bong Cheong-ja's driver's phone suddenly rang, and the moment the driver was distracted, a truck from the opposite direction rushed over without warning. Bong Cheong-ja was urgently taken to the hospital for emergency treatment. For a time, news of her car accident spread throughout South Korea via the media. Even Ko Hee-young, upon seeing the news, wanted to call Bong Cheong-ja to confirm the situation, but no one answered. At that moment, she became afraid. By the time Bong Cheong-ja woke up again, it was already 25 years later, in 2025.
깼어. 그나 괜찮아요? 걸어야 되는 거 아니야? 아줌마, 그냥 누워 있어.
아줌마? 아, 이것들이 미쳤나?
Bong Cheong-ja wanted to call her manager Kang Do-won over, but no one responded. She got up and went outside to look, and accidentally bumped into Dako Cheol, who was now a police officer 25 years later. Bong Cheong-ja quickly picked up the sunglasses from the ground, put them on, and asked Dako Cheol if he knew who she was. Dako Cheol thought she was crazy.
아니요, 저기요.
잠깐만 빌릴게요.
알아야 돼요?
사인은 나중에.
아이,
Bong Cheong-ja encountered a nurse in the hallway and asked where the public phone was. The nurse took out a mobile phone.
이게 뭐예요?
저희 병원 어플이요. 네, 스마트폰 어플.
스마트. 이게 어플이라는 거예요?
After speaking, the nurse left. Bong Cheong-ja saw that everyone in the hospital had a smartphone and had no idea what was going on. Just then, Dako Cheol caught up and asked Bong Cheong-ja to return his sunglasses, saying he hadn't finished paying for them in installments.
좀만 쓰고 준다고요.
빨리 달라고요. 그 얼마짜리인데 지금?
이거 줄게요. 겨우 선글라스 가지고.
이 아줌마가 진짜. 아줌마.
내가 지금 아줌마로 보여요?
진짜 아까부터. 누군데요?
난 몰라요.
This angered Bong Cheong-ja, who immediately took off the sunglasses and told Dako Cheol to take a good look at who she really was, but Dako Cheol remained unmoved.
그 연예인 임세라?
Bong Cheong-ja prepared to leave, but Dako Cheol grabbed her and demanded she return the sunglasses quickly.
어딜 잡아 어딜 미쳤어 어딜
진짜 빨리 가지.
금을 가지고
Bong Cheong-ja hurriedly tried to escape, but after running a short distance, Dako Cheol caught up with her. A security guard saw the two struggling and came over to check. Bong Cheong-ja shouted that Dako Cheol was a pervert and told the security guard to take him away. Dako Cheol immediately took out his badge and said this lady was mentally unstable, telling the security guard to remove her.
빨리 이 사람 잡아가라고요 왜 날 잡아
잠깐.
Subsequently, Bong Cheong-ja was brought before the attending doctor, who asked her name. Bong Cheong-ja was exasperated, wondering how they could not know her, a top star. When she said her name was Bong Cheong-ja, the doctor directly stated her real name. Bong Cheong-ja was stunned on the spot, wondering how she knew her real name. Immediately after, the doctor asked Bong Cheong-ja what she was doing yesterday.
어제면 뉴스 봤잖아요. 영화제에서 여우주연상 받은 거. 최연소로.
The nurse nearby couldn't help but laugh. Only then did Bong Cheong-ja sense something was wrong and asked the doctor if she had been unconscious for a long time. The doctor told her it was now 2025. Bong Cheong-ja could hardly believe it. Then the doctor took out a stack of newspapers for her to see and told her, "Yesterday you were admitted to the emergency room due to a car accident."
오 둘이 연기 진짜 너무 잘한다 몰래카메라 차고 치는 건 줄은 알았지만 와 진짜네 와 아니 뭐 깜짝 놀라서 뭐 기자리라도 팍 해야 되나
When Bong Cheong-ja saw the news about modern technology being broadcast on TV, she could no longer laugh. After the TV was turned off, she saw her own face and was immediately so frightened that she fainted. Elsewhere, Dako Cheol asked the front desk nurse about Bong Cheong-ja. From the nurse, he learned that the lady had been in a car accident at an intersection yesterday and might have amnesia. But Dako Cheol thought that, rather than amnesia, Bong Cheong-ja seemed more like she was fabricating memories. Meanwhile, her former manager Kang Do-won had transformed into the head of 21 Entertainment. On this day, he went to the hospital for a health checkup. As soon as he arrived at the hospital entrance, he encountered Bong Cheong-ja, creating a dramatic scene.
잠깐만요. 잠깐만. 나 미친내 정말. 괜찮으세요? 미륵관 새끼.
Afterwards, Bong Cheong-ja went to the restroom, feeling as if she were in a dream. She had not only lost her former career, but even her proud, beautiful appearance was gone.
25년 동안이나 누워 있었던 거예요?
아니요 말씀드렸다시피 봉청자 씨는 어젯밤 교통사고로 입원했습니다 쉽게 말해 25년 전 기억으로 돌아간 거죠
아무도 날 못 알아봐. 그새 인기가 죽은 거야?
Recalling those past memories, Bong Cheong-ja felt her head was about to explode. She went to the roadside to look for a public phone and saw one across the street. Just as she was about to cross, a car sped toward her, and Bong Cheong-ja thought she had reached her end. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Dako Cheol arrived in time and saved her.
제발 이게 다 꿈이라고 해줘요 제발요